Lucy is the first ever collab character in Wuthering Waves history, and Kuro Games and the makers behind Cyberpunk Edgerunners did something absolutely insane. They copy and pasted her straight out of the anime so that way we could play her in real time in this gacha game in 2026. And never in a million years would I think that I'd be able to say that I am able to play Lucy and Rebecca in a gacha game. And yes, I did not forget our goat Rebecca, who is a free unit that we can also claim. I know we started the intro talking about Lucy, but Lucy is the main focus of this video. And sadly, I really would have loved to see what they could have done with having David as a resonator and the Sandevastine. And I really don't want to hear none of that. David was way too jacked to be a resonator in this game, because before he was chromed up on cyber psychosis steroids, because at the beginning of Cyberpunk Edgerunners, he was just a normal kid that got some spine surgery and then all of a sudden was able to manipulate time at his will. However, due to the fact Lucy is our primary character that we will have to summon for, I will be mainly focusing on her value to us in the community and if she's worth our precious gacha currency. Now, I know most other polling guides when it comes to Lucy is talking about her kit and how strong she is and how she relates to the 2.x characters. However, I kind of want to take a different approach on this, so just hear me out. So the very first topic I want to talk about is synergy and how she pairs with the other characters in the game. As we are all familiar, or for those of you who are just getting into Wuthering Waves right now because of the crossover event, most resonators in this game synergize with each other based off how familiar they are with one another. This is no different when it comes to Rebecca and Lucy. I mean, let's be real here. If these two characters did not work together, that wouldn't make any sense at all. And then the whole Cyberpunk Edgerunners and Wuthering Waves collab would just kind of be a very bad collab at that point. It just would never make sense how two characters from the same universe would not coexist with one another in another universe, right? So on that point, a really huge benefit to getting Lucy on your team is that Rebecca, which is her best in slot teammate, is a free-to-play character. And when it comes to Wuthering Waves, the game is designed to utilize rotation between a set of 3 characters to have efficiency when dealing damage and maximizing the potential of every character to that set team. So automatically having one of Lucy's best in slot teammates makes it easy for those of you players who are just starting out or who are free to play. And maybe you are a veteran player that maybe wants to try out a new team. Well, there you go. You at least don't have to pull for the second character right away because Rebecca is free. Moving on, when you are starting to build your account with different characters, it is much easier to have 2 that work together off the bat. I would say the biggest downfall when it comes to the fact that these 2 work so well together is that upon getting Rebecca, who is Lucy's best in slot buffer, she may be the only really good option for Lucy, as the hack mechanic in the collab patch is only exclusive to both Lucy and Rebecca, meaning if they do perform really well together, as much as that's a good thing, they may be the only option for one another. Again, this may not be applicable to you depending on whether or not you are spending money or if you are a new free-to-play player. I would say the most FOMO, or fear of missing out, if you will, that I personally deal with here is the fact that collab characters in gacha games typically get ran once and never return. And in this scenario, I really want Lucy so I do not miss out on a potential team and a character that may never return ever again. The only chance I might be able to actually officially play Lucy and Rebecca in game, and I'll be getting more into this topic later on in the video. For now, let's talk about raw damage output, and I don't want to get into nitty gritty about it because I'm not going to ring numbers and then ring your guys' heads about what does what, only because this is not that type of video and I'm really not that type of content creator that kind of crunches numbers and gives you guys the full entire breakdown. There's a lot of other content creators out there that do that, and that's amazing and I respect that. It's just I'm not one of those creators. And I'm gonna be real with you, the reason why is because I really do suck balls at damage comparison and kit videos, because I've tried it, I suck at it, so I'm gonna do what I'm good at, and that's formulating an opinion based off conjunction and fact. And honestly, I think that sentence was kind of contradicting, so I'm not really sure if that actually made sense, but anyways, let's just roll with it. I've been hearing from the grapevine that Lucy is basically a character that's raw damage equals out to the characters of 2.x, which, by the way, a certain character that may or may not have S6 is from update 2.x, so if you don't put some respect on her damn name, you heathens. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, see, somebody like me has a very fair argument, and that argument is going to be the hardcore aspects of Wuthering Waves. Lucy is a single target damage dealer, which means when it comes to those players who learn how to utilize her kit in a very well fashion, you will be rewarded, because as we all know, Wuthering Waves takes skill, and the more skill you have, the more better your characters will perform. But Mikey, she doesn't do enough damage. All right, just say you suck at the game, because I suck at the game and I'm not complaining. There ain't no way I'm ever gonna hit Lucy's maximum amount of damage. I can't do rotations for the life of me. Nah, I'm just, guys, I'm just kidding. Don't attack me, please. If it doesn't sit right with you, that Lucy's damage is as good as like Carlotta's damage, for example, from 2.x, then realistically, if that actually bothers you, then you already have your answer on maybe why you should not pull for Lucy. However, I do have some very fair points to make at the end of this video and some arguments that maybe might change your mind even if Lucy is not really up to par with the damage you're looking for. Now, it is unfortunate that Lucy will probably not be one of the best DPS characters in the game. However, I still believe in the right hand she's still a formidable character as far as damage goes. I also firmly believe that you should scale a character's worth based off how well she can perform in a team setting, and the Lucy hyper carry team is actually pretty decent. I'm actually going to rewind it back and say that Lucy's two biggest flaws is one, she's reliant on Rebecca as her only second slot character that is basically her best in slot, and two, that she is a single target damage dealer, or primarily at least if you actually look at her kit. She can do some AoE, but it's not a lot. I will say I want to retouch on the topic of if you're coming into this game as a new player because you saw Cyberpunk Edgerunners and you want to give Wuthering Waves a go. I mean, at that point, either way, I'm pretty sure you're going to pull for Lucy, because why would you come for the Edgerunners collab if you're not going to pull for the character that made you come to the collab, right? So for you as a new player, if you do decide to continue playing Wuthering Waves after the Cyberpunk Edgerunners collab, at the very least you'll have Rebecca as a free character, Lucy, and then all you will have to do is focus on getting that third slot character. And if you didn't know, the support character Verena from the standard banner is a really solid choice for that third slot unit. Or down the line you get a shorekeeper, which, as most Wuthering Waves players who have been playing the game for a long time will tell you, it is never a bad situation or decision to have to pull for a goat keeper to finish your team, which also means, one, you really do not have to worry about other players or content creators and what they have to say about raw damage output and how good the character works compared to other damage dealers in the game, because you're not going to have any characters to compare those characters to unless if you watch videos, which what's the point of giving yourself some hopeless doubt when you came for one purpose only, right? And two, there'll be enough pulls as a newcomer to get Lucy to begin with, so you never even have to worry about worrying that you don't have enough time to get her, as long as you don't wait like 2 days until the patch is over. Don't be that person or you won't have a choice at that point. As a new player, you will have a chance to obtain all the collaboration rewards. On top of being new to the game means you have a lot of opportunities and ways to farm Astray, or gacha currency if you will, compared to a player who has been playing the game long term. For me, I'm just simply too lazy to grind the game, so here comes my credit card. And you know, if you're a regular watcher of mine, you know that is just the Mikey way of handling it. Crashing out live while lose a 50-50 is the way I like to spend my free time on gacha games. No, not actually. Like, please, Kuro Games, just let me win my 50s. I beg. I need this. Yeah, that was a speed reference, by the way. At the end of the day, as I always say with all my pulling guide videos, I am not the most critique as far as like these characters does this or this character does that and should be pulled because they have this magical ability that can Thanos snap the enemy away in 2 seconds. That's just not the type of creator I am, and I can't make those videos for the life of me. So I'm just gonna give you my advice. At the end of the day, I say pull for exactly who you want to pull for. I will say though, when it comes to Lucy, as I mentioned earlier before in the video, is a collab unit. The first collab unit of Wuthering Waves nonetheless. If you do decide to skip Lucy, just be fair warned that you may never ever have the chance to obtain her again. Now this is not 100% guaranteed. It is not like I am a developer of Kuro Games that waltzes to the hidden project files to figure out future endeavors when it comes to the game. However, this is a collab. Typically when you do a collab with something or someone, that thing is going to be around to help for its longevity. And I'm not sure if I'm actually getting this point across, but what I mean is Cyberpunk Edgerunners is not joining the dev team in Kuro Games. They're just working together for this special update that we currently got going on at the moment, which means if there is some special brand deal that they got going on, Kuro Games might not even have the permission to re-release Lucy and Rebecca. This prediction of mine comes strongly from the fact that the gacha summons are unique. Despite how cool and awesome they look, and the red actually is a really awesome vibe, this seems like a limited time thing. So if you take anything away from this video, I recommend taking a look at your account, whether you are brand new or an existing Wuthering Waves OG player, and really taking the time to think if you could live the rest of your life possibly never being able to play Lucy in the game again. Now I know it's not that deep, but for me personally, I have not even touched all the characters on my account. And if you are a free-to-play player who is thinking to themselves, I really can't invest to this character for the longevity of my account, why don't you just create another account? Because typically if you're a free-to-play player thinking like that, you definitely know life to the game to the point of beyond return. And is it going to be really a big deal to create another account just so you could have Lucy on it? It's just so that way you do not miss out at all. Cover all your bases. Well guys, those are my thoughts. I know it's not the most in-depth polling video, but when I get a chance, I like to give out my point of view when I actually get the chances to. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, join the community Discord pin in the comment section down below, and let me know your thoughts, and will you be summoning for Lucy or are you skipping and why? Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.